in Legend of Heroes, and we have to investigate a robbery. So, we're starting with the safe. The gift that we delivered to the mayor for the queen is... Those crooks are not gonna get away with this. Doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or... They really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. Powder like that would have absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Wait a minute, would they still not know which order the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks could push the buttons starting from the least luminescent. Might be a little more difficult if there are duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? It's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now there's no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Alright. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with that powder? We know it would have had to have been someone who visited the residence. Right, now figuring out who that is, that's going to be the tricky part. And I'm pretty sure you guys probably already concluded who that is. Oh. Look, there's some marks on this railing. You're right, they're fresh too. Looks like something metal dug into the wood. That's it. Something metal and strong enough to leave marks, huh? This seems like something worth jotting down in our bracer notebooks. Anything else out here? Okay, let's check somewhere else. This place is all torn apart. Nita would probably faint if she saw this. Looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered around the room. It seems kind of senseless to have done all this. It's just like the mayor would have a ton of difficult books like this. And it looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of the books, or they simply didn't care. It's just like the mayor would have a ton of difficult books. It's okay, that's a repeat. Right? It's empty as well. The box locks looks like it was burned off. Criminals may have used an orbital gun. So that's your clue to the incoming boss. The boss uses a gun. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? 3 or 4? That reminds me, one of them was short. Might have even been a girl. Hint, hint. Ah, a leaf. Oh, what's this? A surveyor's leaf. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You sure, Pastel? This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? Are you alright, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent toward us. Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door is locked. I locked the door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the 2 of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. Well, that's something we already figured out. Said the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? Doesn't look like the broken either, which means they got in another way. And I guess that's it. Let's try talking. I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Yep, we found lots of new evidence. Alright, let's check the details one by one, see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? The septium inside the safe. How many of them were there? There was a group of 3 or 4. Where did they get into the house from? I was on the 2nd floor, so terrace. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? And it had to have been someone that traveled here recently because of the powder on the safe. Well, you did a good job investigating. Looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? But that way, I guess there have been a number of people. The reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those 2 came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Asmelius Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. Let's not kid ourselves here. I think it'd be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed up so they can be spotted easily. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? She's guilty. I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. During that time, when the mayor put the septium into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's, eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. She said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. Well, looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Okay, before we actually continue, I need to actually go report the monster extermination I performed in the previous video. We skipped ahead, so I couldn't actually do that one when the other one was the only one that reported. So an extra 4 BP, that puts us at 42, and an extra 1,000 Mira. And we got a promotion. Eagle Vision Quartz. And they're all done. Let me take a quick peek at that quartz. Or wait. Eagle Vision. See enemies from a distance, which is kind of nice. But that doesn't actually open up any new spells, so I'm not going to swap it out. Now that I think about it, what does Schera have? Defense, strength, dexterity, agility, and in terms of equipment, she has Viper, a whip, vest, spiked shoes. Okay, I guess she's kind of good to go. And I kind of wanted to see what those crafts do, but we'll have to wait till battle, I guess. Nothing new. I can open up slot 3. And now that I think about it, well, she's level 12. Okay, so we need to head to the hotel, which is right here. Estelle, Joshua, and even Sherazard, is there something the matter? Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port, we might be able to catch her there. She really didn't seem like a bad girl. is the northern route. Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan, it's us if you haven't noticed. Oh, it's you guys on Charizard 2. Thank you, Ideos, for this feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? School uniform from where? From the Genus Royal Academy. Oh baby, those uniforms are so hot. The contrast of those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh yes, I can see them now. I totally forget what the boys' uniforms looks like, though. This is one obsession I just don't get. Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here. So, you didn't see a girl in a Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month, and believe me, I watch for those. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least that she hasn't come here. Which means that she came to Roland along the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere. Wait, that reminds me. What does Estelle? I almost forgot we found this. Could this be some sort of clue? Alright, we did find that. Schera, do you know any places nearby where Cervaeus trees grow? Cervaeus trees, huh? I'm pretty certain they grow in Mistwald, south of Roland. Mistwald, that's the forest in the opposite direction from home as Roland, right? Seems like it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Roland's south gate. You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck. Okay, I need to heal my guys, so I'm going to put a break in the video in a second. Wait up, you're running like a crazed lunatic. Who can just walk at a time like this? Hey, it's our buddies, the reporters. Maybe I should think about cutting back on those blasted cigarettes. What are you two up to? You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. At least I'm not sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know, that's why we're heading there on foot. It'll take some time, but it's not a distance that we can't cover by ourselves. Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something? Yeah, and the mother of all scoops, too. No time to talk, we gotta make it there today. I wonder if Niall's gonna be alright. See you later, Estelle, Joshua. Well, aren't they a lively pair? Friends of yours? Those were the reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on. And right here I am going to put the brake, so I'll see you in a little bit, and there's one other thing I need to check out, so see you there. Okay, we're going to tie up some loose ends on the road west out of Roland. One of the things I couldn't do earlier was that, so let's fight the monsters. I have a couple objectives here. I want to build up the CP so I can use an S-brake. And wow, they can even take a nice little chunk out of Schera. And I need to move fast. Which one did Estelle? Joshua to finish him off. Okay, he has his S-break now. It's Estelle's turn. He'll shoot Estelle a bit so that she can build up points. Whiffed. Okay, that one's down. Hit Estelle. Damn it. Worth 10.
We're good to go!
Wow. Okay, that's a nice haul. And we got Topaz Talisman. You open an empty chest and stare inside. This chest stares back accusingly. So, on that note, I'm going to build up the CP and then we'll meet for the other loose end.
Someone's been naughty. Oh, are we done already?
Now, I don't know if that's the only way to beat them, but that's the only way I've been able to find so far. As you can see, you get a staggering amount of EXP from that. And check it out, 60 of all the different types of sepith. So, I don't know the optimal way, but there is a way to do it right now before the prologue ends. Anyway, with that wrapped up, we can go ahead and resume the theft pursuit mission. And if you're wondering where this is Milch Road, right before the Vertigate. So, just gotta walk around, find the damn thing, and then blow it away using your S-brakes. Anyway, back to the hunt. Okay, now I'm going to head down to the Mistwald, and while we were on the topic of the Shining Poms, it does respawn, so if you want to keep going for it to get the 100 EXP and the 20 of each element, by all means go ahead. But I don't want to get too over-leveled for this playthrough because it kind of ruins the experience for you guys watching. But I did pick up a couple extra 100 EXP while practicing trying to find out an optimal way to kill them, so I probably am a little bit overpowered. Not to mention I actually killed all three for 300 EXP there at the very end. We'll have to see how difficult this boss actually is still. Now when I heard about the high jumpsuit, I was told that area is where you actually find the boss, so we'll find out here. So, this is Mistwald, huh? Can you tell us anything, Schera? Someone came through here, alright. From what I can see, a number of people passed through here not long ago. I'd wager Mira we're on the right track. How can you be so sure? Because tracking fugitives is an essential skill for bracers. Anyway, let's check the woods. Be sure to keep your voices low. Roger that. Understood. And by tracking skill, she means she read the script. Right here I will go over one of the complaints about this game. You can see the whole wagon trail effect we have. If the enemy gets into contact with any one of your rear characters, it's an automatic surprise attack. So while a lot of people prefer games where you can see the random encounters and things along those lines, this one is actually doing it wrong. And speaking of doing things wrong, I think I'm in the wrong place. Boss battle time. That was too easy. And to think something as exquisite as this fell into my hands with almost no effort. Wait till Don and Kyle hear about this. You surprised me, that's for sure. The way you pulled off that act wearing that school uniform was simply astounding. Just what you'd expect from the mademoiselle of the ex-aristocratic family. Yeah, but what's in the past is the past. Well, that certainly doesn't hurt that in this outfit I can deceive almost anyone. That golden mayor, the dim-witted racer girl. Idiots, the whole lot of them. Go kick her ass, Estelle. What's that? Calm down, let's see what else they have to say. And fine, but I'm not happy about this. Yeah, but that girl seemed pretty tough. I mean, she took care of all the monsters that appeared in the mine. The mine? Oh, so you're the one who screwed up their job. If you had just done it like you were supposed to, I wouldn't have had to put a monkey show on to get this thing. My apologies. Forget about it. All's well that ends well. At any rate, those two kids being bracers was an absolute joke. Especially that brainless bimbo. She honestly believed that we could be friends. What a friggin' moron. I had to try so hard just to keep from laughing. How stupid can she be? Now that's rich. It's just so absurd. What's so funny? It's you guys. Yep, it's the brainless bimbo and her absolute joke of a bracer partner. And this probably won't come as a surprise. We're going to beat you up now. What? Bracers? How'd they find? You did a fine job stealing that septium from the mayor's residence, but looks like you were a little careless in the end. In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with breaking, entering, vandalism, and burglary. It would be in your best interest not to resist, but I'm sure Estelle is hoping you will. This doesn't look good. What are we going to do now, Josette? How about you quit quaking in your boots for starters? These bracers are nothing more than a ragtag group of kids. I think it's time we showed them the real strength of the Kapua family. Who are you to be calling us kids, you brat? Head up to here and I'm going to do something about it right now. Hey, that's my line. Alright boys, get 'em. Roger that, my pleasure, understood. So, it definitely appears I am over-leveled for this part. Anyway, the information is kind of nice, but it doesn't really seem necessary.
Take that!
Okay, she packs a bit of a punch. And of course, the one I'm attacking would be the one that gets the heal.
Take that!
Don't want to actually take care of him. And there goes all the damage I managed to do so Schera can actually take a nice little piece out of it. And I'm going to use the crit. But otherwise, we're switching over to magic.
Take that!
Yeah, that seems to be the best way to finish her off. She doesn't have any one particular weakness. Let's go for hot one bite. Works in this game, but so far I've been fortunate enough to avoid it. I cast Tear on myself. And we can end it right here.
That's it. Oh, are we done already?
So definitely over level, but if you want to get the achievement for the Shining Poms, you have to at least get some EXP off of them. We got 14 fire and 4 of some of the basics. How in the world? You got enough yet? That's what you get for taking bracers lightly. And we'll be taking this back if you don't mind, thank you very much. Kick her a few times for good measure. Recovered septium crystal. Hey, that septium belongs to me. No, not to you, to the people of Roland, that's who. Sheer nerve you have to say something like that is astounding. Now that we've got the crystal back, how about we move on to confession time? That's an interesting name you mentioned, the Kapua family, was it? Me and my big mouth? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So you want to be a tough egg to crack, do you? I don't mind at all. In fact, I like them that way. Ah, what are you trying to do? That's a dangerous thing to be swinging around like that. Well, if you can't answer with your mouth, then maybe your body can answer instead. But don't worry, I'll be extra gentle. Get away from me, you crazy witch. I think Schera's enjoying this. Let's just sit back and enjoy the show. Look out, Schera. And we're looking up. Are you alright, Schera? I'm fine, forget about me and look at that. An airship. Looks like the tables are turning in our favor now, aren't they? Are you okay, Jacent? Kyle, you're late. Where have you been? Oh, never mind. Let's hurry up. Just hurry up and give me a hand. No can do. Our push into the Roland region has been put on hold. Something big came up with Bose while you were away. I'm gonna stick with Bose, I think. What's that supposed to mean? I don't have time to explain. Hurry and hop on or I'll leave you behind. sure wasn't expecting anything like that to come out of the woodwork. Looks like they caught us all off guard. This isn't a laughing matter. Right now, I'm so frustrated I don't even know what to think. Well, on the bright side, we did get the sepith crystal back. Switching gears, that group sure looked to me like a bunch of sky bandits. Yes, they certainly seem of that variety. It also sounds like they've made the Bose region their base of operations as well. We certainly wouldn't have expected a group like that to travel all the way to a rural place like Roland. I couldn't care less if they're sky bandits or brigands. Next time I see that scruffy lying jerk of a tomboy, I'm going to thwack bam kapow her. What's thwack bam kapow supposed to mean? Thus, the sepith crystal stolen was recovered. After returning to the mayor, we returned to the guild and report details of the incident. Looks like you've had a rough day. Who would have thought the sky bandits would appear? I don't blame you for letting them escape. No, this time it was my fault. I should have been more careful. I'm really far from being in the same league as Cassius. It's not your fault, Schera. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I was careless as well. No, you guys did a great job. Your on-site investigation of the mayor's residence was flawless, too. Don't you think you should recommend them, Ina? Yes, I was thinking the same thing as well. Recommend? What do you mean? Hold your horses. First comes the payment for a job well done. And we got a total of 11 BP, 3,000 Mira. Sweet. Current rank is 7th class. This is for you both, and take this as well. Receive recommendation. This is... As of now, you are both junior bracers. In other words, bracers in training. In order to become senior bracers, you'll need to receive recommendations from all regional branches in the kingdom. This is your recommendation from the Roland branch. Is it really okay for us to have this? I had heard that in order to become a full-fledged bracer, we need to achieve something fairly noteworthy. I think in light of the jobs performed in your father's stead and your great showing here, your achievements are sufficient. However, those achievements are only for your work here in Roland. You'll need to receive recommendations from the other regional branches after achieving some success there as well. Bose, Ruan, Zeiss, and finally Bransel. You've got a long road ahead of you. Even so, I'm really happy. It was worth all the hard work. Now that we've come this far, do you think we should visit the other regions too, Joshua? I figured you'd say as much. I agree with you, but we can't decide this all by ourselves. We should discuss it with Dad when he gets home. Right. It's the bat signal. Oh. That's the telephone, right? I like the bat signal better. Hello, this is the Bracers Guild, Roland Branch, Liberal Kingdom. Oh, it's been a while since we last talked, hasn't it? I see. Are you sure? That's terrible. Wonder if something happened. Looks that way to me. Yes, that's right. He left on business the other day. What? I apologize, but this is a little difficult to believe. Understood. I'll pass on the news to his family. They'll be fine. They're bracers, too. Yes, and if you hear anything else, please let me know. What's wrong, Ina? It's unusual for you to be so surprised like that. Who's calling? The Bose branch. Something terrible has happened. The airliner Lindy has disappeared over the Bose region. What? How is that possible? I don't know any of the details, but the Royal Army is currently conducting a wide-scale search. Due to this event, all other flights have been postponed. Well, that explains the backup at the landing port. And... Ina? Estelle, Joshua, please brace yourselves. Your father Cassius was aboard the airliner which went missing. What? Impossible. There's got to be some kind of mistake. It seems his name was on the passenger list. Liberal Bracer Guild, Roland Branch, Senior Bracer, Cassius Bright, 45. And so ends the prologue. And there's the achievement. Going to drop a save here. And we're going to pick up from here in the next video. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.